Hey guys, Amber here. I have a co-host with me.
Hi guys.
Here's Jason. Okay, it's July 7th. It's our 7th day of talking about intuition. And this we're talking about today? Celery juice.
Celery.
Celery juice. There's actually a funny story around that. We were just at an event last weekend and we do nutrition for a living, and we were talking about, Jason was doing a product training for our company. And what were you calling this?
Salary.
For 20 years we've been married. He calls it celery juice. Salary, like somebody pays me a salary.
Well, it's money juice.
It is.
Celery juice.
True story. It is money juice, salary juice. Okay, so I'll probably talk more details about how I found, you guys, celery juice and why I'm celery juicing. It did start though with, I feel these 2 lumps in my breast, right? And so then I go on Google. I'm resourceful. We are going to tell
She phoned me online.
I did not. But we are going to talk about sometime later about how resourceful
There was no online when we met.
There was no online when we met. It was so long ago. So I'll talk about how I found celery juicing, why I started celery juicing. But today we're just going to talk about Jason joining the journey. Because you guys, celery juice, yes. And it's not like, oh, this is so fun and this is so exciting. And this
It is now.
Really be fun for us. It is now, yes. But what happened was I find these 2 breast lumps, you guys, and then I go on this mad dash search. What can I do that might contribute to my overall breast health, right? And there's a lot of things, you guys, and I'll uncover those in these 100 days of the multiple things and the multiple people that I've been able to connect with that are awesome support team for me. And maybe I'll have Jason on again because there's a few people and I don't know what you call them, businesses maybe, that Jason finally was like, stop talking to them. Don't call them back, delete them. You cannot talk to them. They stress you out. But celery just does not stress me out. Okay, so I was celery juicing for how long? Maybe a month. And the first 2 weeks was a little rough for me. Mm-hmm. Okay? Digestively a little rough for me, right? Mm-hmm. So Jason knew this, right? Because I was like in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So what's the deal? When are you supposed to drink this, Jay? According to the person that we learned this
right
from.
when you get up, drink it immediately, and then on an empty stomach, and then don't have anything for a minimum of 20 minutes, preferably 45 minutes.
Yes. And can you mix it with anything else?
Celery juice, straight.
Straight up celery juice, okay?
Yeah.
So the guy that we learned this from, he's like, okay, so people are going to want to make it a fad, and they're going to want to mix it with lemon, and then an apple, and then pear, and they're going to make it, he's like, and he's got books on like why it needs to be straight up celery juice.
Augie wanted to put an apple in.
So last night, you guys, we'll put a video on here. Last night, we juiced 9 pounds of celery juice, and I think 9 pounds made us like, it's 16 ounces. So it's 16 ounces right away in the morning, right when you wake up. It made us like 6.5 16-ounce jars. We had a little bit left over. I was like, oh, you did so great. Do you want to try a little bit of what you made? And he's like, sure.
He was not impressed with the end result.
Oh, but no, he like gags. He's like, oh, it's really adorable. And then I'm like, you want mom to put some apple in there? Mm-hmm. So obviously the 4-year-old doesn't need, maybe he does, right? But I don't know that the goal wasn't to get the 4-year-old drinking it. The goal was to get this one drinking it, okay? Because as healthy as we are, Jason's beat up his body a little bit over the course of his 45 years of his lifetime. And today, in this 2019 era, Jason's feeling some inflammation.
Let's just call it what it is, pain.
He goes, a really good day for me is a day when I can walk with no pain. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we went on a motorhome trip to Walt Disney World, and I'm so committed, you guys, about celery juicing. I brought the juicer with. We brought there was 3 of us. Yep. We brought 30-some pounds, you guys, of organic celery. And I thought it might be a good time for Jason to start celery juicing because Lauren and I were there. We were going to do it every night, and it was going to be fresh.
Amber's not indicating the weather when we went to Disney World. It was 97 plus, so the heat index over 100 every day. Disney World, lots of people, and Amber's experienced digestively through this process. So that's the last thing that was on my mind, to start this and then go to Disney World where it's very hot and you have an emergency into the bathroom where there's a ton of people, and that's the last place Jason wanted to be with that.
Okay, so you didn't start then.
No,
Now you started. So now you guys, Jason doesn't have breast lumps.
I don't think. No.
Okay, so the reason why I started was like, is there anything I can do that might contribute to the overall health? You guys, and if you guys looked at the video where I had the thermograms that I had done in March, you guys, was like, there was so much red, right? And I was like, why does my body have all this inflammation? Like I was like, why am I so inflamed? I was like, okay, so I just knew that I needed to start making some lifestyle changes. Like, I didn't have to. I just knew, you guys. I was like, okay, that is the sign. Moxie was a sign. The breast lumps were a sign. The inflammation was a sign. Like, there were 5 things that happened in the course of, like, 7 or 10 days. And they were, like, screaming red sirens, okay, to me. Like, I had a lot of inflammation. Now, I can be a little bit more, I can see the signs a little bit more. They don't really hit me with a brick. Now, this one gets hit with some bricks. Like, I started making changes right away. Jace doesn't always make changes right away. He either needs
Sometimes
a brick.
I need a sledgehammer and hit on my head. But
or,
my ultimate,
or he needs an amber.
everybody needs an amber.
No.
But I do. My goal is to live to be 108.
Yes, Jason's goal is to.
I'm on that path now.
Okay, so now let's just talk about. So you started celery juicing the week after Disney.
Yes.
I'm not sure that you feel any different.
Much wiser choice. I do feel cleaner. Like cleaner. I don't feel bloated. I like the morning ritual. Kind of goes in with my morning routine. So yeah, it's been a great process. Really has.
Yep. I would say for me too. I don't necessarily, you guys, I think sometimes in our world, people like, oh, I'm drinking celery juice and I'm feeling, and they might describe things like, you guys, if you read about it, it's so good for like your liver. It's so good for your adrenals, right? So I was like, you don't go, oh, my adrenals are feeling fabulous today. Hey, how's your liver feeling? You guys get like, sometimes people don't necessarily, our world is like, we go to the doctor because we have a symptom that we're feeling and we want some sort of medication to resolve the symptom, right? So we're just not always raised in this era to talk about underlying issues. Now, Jason and I don't necessarily go to those kind of doctors. We're constantly wanting to meet with people and have a support team that helps us understand the underlying issues, and can we somehow heal or attempt to serve the underlying issue, and then let's see if the other things resolve. So let's go like cells. I might get this wrong. Bart teaches me this. I might get it wrong. So you guys, we're not perfect. Cells like regenerate like every 120 days or something like that. So we're not like, and I'm doing a lot, you guys, for the, like my health. I'm doing a lot of extra things right now for my health. So this is just one of them. And he's like, so Ann, it takes 120 days or whatever, right, for cells to regenerate. So you can't just, like, don't be touching your breast lumps all day, every day and expecting them just to like go away, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so every morning, 16 ounces straight up celery juice, no lemon, no pear, nothing. And it's really awesome if you can get your spouse on board.
Cheers.
It might take a while for his inflammation to go down, but we're working on it. Okay, bye guys.